Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Even though I'm away at college, way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Truck
Good afternoon. Welcome to Darnell Nelson Field here in Phoenix City, Alabama for this afternoon's contest between the Cougars of Brookstone and the Central Red Devils. Mike Peacock along with our producer Torgar Ayala. And we are bringing you live action as Mercer Hudson leads off for Brookstone here in the top of the first inning. He took the first pitch for a ball. That pitch fouled away at the plate. Pitching for Central today is Logan Clark, big right-hander. It's now 1-1 on Mercer Hudson. Beautiful afternoon here. After a cold start this morning, it has warmed up nicely. The 1-1 pitch on the way from Clark. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the senior catcher for the Cougars. The wind in the pitch, and that one stays a little bit down as well, and it's 3 balls and a strike. That was a better looking pitch, but still just a little bit below the knees, and it's 3-1 to Hudson. The wind and the 3-1 pitch. Bouncing ball hits softly over toward third base. Bare hand attempt, and Hudson is going to beat that one out by a full step. Great play over there, great effort on the behalf of third baseman Sam Brown for Central. He fielded that one perfectly with the bare hand, just wasn't able to get enough on the throw, and Mercer Hudson will lead off with an infield single for Brookstone. That'll bring up Brennan Neal, the shortstop. Neal often serves also as the closer for this Brookstone team on the mound. We'll see if that happens today. Meanwhile, nobody out. Top of the first, second batter of the game, Brennan Neal. The stretch in the pitch. Down low for ball 1. Most of Logan Clark's misses so far have been low in the zone as he's getting adjusted here in this ball game. Neal calls time at the plate. Clark will step off, and we'll start the process again, getting ready for this 1-0 pitch. The stretch in the pitch. Strike 1. Outer half of the plate. Fastball with a little arm side movement, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Chamber of Commerce Day here in Phoenix City. Pickoff move over to first, and Hudson gets back. It was a close play. Still a ball and a strike. Hudson off with the pitch. Throw down, and he is in there. He beats it, gets his feet in before the tag. They tagged him up around the upper back, and his feet had gotten to the bag, so a stolen base. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Brendan Neal. Good jump that time by Hudson. Cooper Kehoe is going to call timeout and go out, and they're going to go over what signs to use here with a runner on second base. If you're just joining us, second batter of the game, Mercer Hudson led off with an infield single, and he's down at second base after a steal, and Brendan Neal with a 2-1 count at the plate. Clark, the stretch in the pitch. Just on the outside corner, beauty of a pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He painted the corner on that one at the knees. Hard pitch to handle for basically any hitter. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss off the outer half of the plate. Neal got a small piece of that, but the catcher held on to it, and that is 1 away here in the first inning, and that'll bring up Maxwell Jones, the center fielder. Jones wears number 4 for the Cougars, and head coach Greg Mathis. First pitch to him, off the plate outside for ball 1. Brookstone coming off a state championship in 2024. They have moved into GIAA play And this is maybe the first time these two teams have faced each other. The 1-0 pitch right down the middle for strike one. A lot of games like this year with Glenwood moving to public school play and Brookstone and Pacelli now in GIAA along with Calvary. A lot more scheduling opportunities for the private schools who have been limited in who they could play the last few years. The 2-1 count now to Maxwell Jones. Stretch by Clark in the pitch. That ball is lifted softly out towards second base and just behind the bag. Second baseman Jalen Carter is going to make the catch on the infield pop. And now there are two away here. And that'll bring up Luke Lowry, the right fielder. Brookstone going to need a two-out hit here, some kind of two-out rally if they're going to get a run here in this first inning. Spin move back to second base. Not in time. Hudson gets back. Jalen Carter had slipped in there. They had a timing play on just a little bit late. And Hudson is back. Clark gets his sign from the catcher Kehoe. The stretch and the first pitch coming to Lowry. Swing and a miss, strike one. He tried to call time, but he was late doing it. Umpire did not grant it. And he got a swing and a miss. The stretch in the 0-1. Line drive over to first. It's going to be off the glove of the first baseman there. And Lowry is going to beat that one out. And now it's thrown away over at third, and Mercer Hudson's going to score the first run of the game. Lowry will move down to second base as the first baseman tried to throw back across and threw it over everybody over there and down that left field side beyond the dugout. And Mercer Hudson able to score on that. That'll be an unearned run here in the first inning so far. On the error, well, all the way around, the error on the first baseman for Lowry, and he'll be down at second base on the throw. So two errors on the play, actually. First pitch to Charles Briscoe is outside for ball one. So Brookstone on the board and got another runner in scoring position thanks to a couple of errors on one play. And there's a soft fly ball foul that's hooking out of play over beyond the Brookstone dugout. It'll be 1 ball and a strike. 2 outs. We're in the top of the first inning. Brookstone has tallied a run of the unearned variety here in the first inning. Clark looks in, gets his sign. The 1-1 pitch bounces up there for ball two. Two balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Bouncing ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a single. Rounding third is Lowry, and he's going to score standing up. So a big 2-out hit right there from Charles Briscoe with an RBI. And Brookstone doubles its lead to 2-0 here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Will Turner, the second baseman for the Cougars. He looks at strike one over the outer half. Clark Fly ball out to right center field, tailing back toward the right fielder, and he will make the catch out in right field. That is Colin Freiberg out there, who gathers it in for the third out of the inning. So Brookstone tallies 2 runs on a couple of hits, a couple of errors, and 1 runner left on base in the first inning. And they lead it 2-0 as Central comes to bat here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Take your pick of a massive selection of brand new GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV featuring safety, technology, and performance, discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the do.
Hi, my name is...
We are back at Darnell Nelson Field, bottom of the first inning. Central coming up for its first at-bat of the game, and leading off will be left fielder Carter Freiberg. The Freiberg brothers playing the outfield corners this afternoon for the Red Devils. On the mound for Brookstone is left-hander Chenwoo Kim. Saw him last week. He pitched a gem last week against Lakeside. And the first pitch was ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch coming. Bouncing ball hit hard to first base, and it's going to be not fielded over there, as Luke Vale did not get the glove down. That one bounced off the top of his shoe and out into right field. And that will go down as an error on the first baseman. It was hit hard, but basically it was a ground ball routine play that stayed down. And so henceforth the error, and the leadoff hitter is on for the Red Devils, and that brings up Sam Brown, the third baseman. Move over to first base, and Freiberg is back. You may remember back in the top of the first inning, Sam Brown made a valiant effort on the leadoff bouncer by Mercer Hudson and made a bare hand play, but wasn't able to throw Hudson out for the opening hit of the game. He takes ball 1, bounced up there on a breaking pitch. You might be able to consider Kim the ace for this Brookstone staff. I'm not sure. That pitch is up and in for ball 2, so a 2-0 count, and Sam Brown has a hitter's count here. He can be very choosy and look for something to drive here on the 2-0 pitch. Freiberg over at first. The pitch, breaking pitch, stays inside ball 3, so it's 3-0. Now to Sam Brown. And Kim going to have to work himself out of a hole. The stretch. The 3-0 pitch. That's going to stay high for ball 4. And now there are 2 aboard for the Devils with nobody out. And they have something brewing here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Brantley Rothrock, the shortstop. He wears number 2 on his back. And he'll step up with an opportunity to do some damage here against Chanwoo Kim. 2-0 Brookstone. We're in the bottom of the first, nobody out. Runners at first and second for Central. The pitch, bunted right out in front of the mound. It's going to go to first for the sacrifice. Well done by Rothrock there. So he gives himself up and puts runners at second and third, and now you've got cleanup hitter Briggs Cameron, the center fielder, up for the Red Devils. Base hit could score 2 here. Back into the windup is Kim. Breaking pitch just off the inside corner. That one just stayed in a tad there. Missed by about 3 or 4 inches. And it's 1-0. The wind and the 1-0 pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left hand hitting Briggs Cameron. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball over to first. He's going to come home with it. And he missed the tag. He got under the tag there. A good slide by Carter Freiberg. He went to the back part of the plate. Hudson was set up so as not to block the line. He couldn't get the tag down. And Freiberg scores. So a fielder's choice, RBI. And now there'll be runners at the corners for Central with 1 out here in the first for Cooper Kehoe, the catcher. 2-1 now. Move over to first. Not close. Bunt laid down. This time they're going to get the runner at the plate as Kim made a great play coming off the mound. They laid down the squeeze bunt, and Kim was able to field it, toss to Hudson. Bang, bang play, but Hudson was on with the tag that time. And that'll put runners at first and second now with 2 outs. The putout goes 1-2 there at the plate. And that'll bring up Cam Norton, the designated hitter. Well, also a left-handed hitter against the lefty Kim. He fouls that one off down the left side. Well out of play. Still 2-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And the 0-1 pitch stays just a little bit low. Below the knees there. And it's 1-1. Runners at first and second. Kim, the stretch and the pitch. Bounces up there for ball 2. Kim, the stretch and the 2-1 pitch. That is fouled off. That came off the bat of Norton there. Breaking pitch, just got a piece of it, bounced it off to the left side over there toward the Brookstone dugout. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2, 2, and 2 here in the bottom of the first. The pitch, low and away for ball 3. Full count. The runners will be off on the pitch. They're going to have to guard against, though, the quick move, especially the runner at first base, so that they do not get picked off here in this situation. And the inside move back to second base, and the runners are back. He was checking to see if any of them were going to take off early. They did not. Darnell Nelson Field being visited by a hawk flying over the field right now. And that ball's lined foul. Rattled up the third base coaching box there for a second. Coach has still got some moves over there. So we'll do it again. Runners will be going on the pitch. The stretch and the 3-2. Just off the inside corner for ball 4. That was a good pitch and a good idea from Kim, but it stayed just off the plate inside. I got a pretty good view of that, and I believe he made the right call there. It was closer to the inside line of the left-handed batter's box than it was the plate there. And it's ball 4. So now the bases are going to be loaded. And that'll bring up Jorian Gordon, the first baseman. And he takes strike 1. Back into the windup is Kim. The 0-1. Up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Central threatening here with the bases loaded. Chan-Woo Kim trying to pitch out of a jam here. The 1-1 pitch. Down just a little bit low. Umpire's got a pretty small zone today, I'm not going to lie. He's got a pretty tight strike zone. That was a good-looking pitch right there, but it was just a tad low. He's called that both ways, and he's sticking to it. The 2-1. Fly ball foul. That'll land over in the football field. And it will score a touchdown. Into the end zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jorian Gordon at the plate. Chan-Woo Kim on the mound. The 2-2 pitch coming. Bouncing ball out to second base. It's going to be fielded. Thrown over to first for the 3rd out. And that'll end the inning with no further damage for Central and for Chan-Woo Kim of Brookstone. But 1 run on no hits in the inning. So no base hits in the inning. Couple of walks. 3 runners left on base. There was 1 error. And we'll go to the top of the 2nd inning. You're listening and watching Central and Brookstone on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back to Darnell Nelson Field. Top of the second inning, Brookstone at the plate. Oh, my pencil fell. And it's 0-2 to Gray Jones, the designated hitter. Having a little difficulty here as the wind caused my pencil to fall off the bleachers. Putting Toygar to work here, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So on 3 pitches, Gray Jones is down. And that'll bring up left fielder Harrison Baker. Any base runner will get the top of the order back up this inning. There's a pop foul over near the dugout. It's going to get out of play just over the net on the right side. And it'll be 0-1 to Baker. I sincerely hope that it doesn't cool off too much when the sun starts going down because I forgot my jacket. Curveball or a slider, one of the two. Not sure which pitch that Logan Clark throws, but that was a dandy, and it's strike 2. So 0-2 to Harrison Baker. He's in a hole here at the plate. That one's off the plate outside. Good 0-2 pitch right there. Tried to get Baker to fish for it. He did not, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The wind by Clark and the 1-2 pitch. That one is strike 3 on the corner. Another that looked like a slider, and that was a beauty. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring up Luke Vale, the first baseman. Number 9 hitter in the order. They can flip the order over here in the second inning if they can get Vale aboard here. First pitch to him. Up for ball 1. Good fastball there from Clark. Just high in zone. The wind, the 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball out towards second base. Fielded. The throw over is a good one. And just like that, you have 3 come to the plate, and 3 are retired. 2 by strikeout, 1 by ground out. And that'll do it for the top of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back in a moment to Darnell Nelson Field on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here at Darnell Nelson Field, and an illegal pitch has been called for ball one. The first base umpire yelled out as soon as the delivery started. I'm not sure what Chan Woo Kim did, but he threw an illegal pitch, something to do with his motion. And he bounces up the second pitch up there for ball two. And now Coach Greg Mathis is going to come out. At the plate is Colin Freiberg, the right fielder. He's going to have a meeting, going to call everybody in from the infield. And this is sort of a calming meeting here. Brookstone hasn't been ecstatic with the strike zone. Neither has Central, to tell the truth here. But it has been consistent both ways for the two teams. Meeting breaks up. And Coach Mathis has some words quieted. And the umpire and he having words with each other now. And now we'll be back to play. 2-0 count. Colin Freiberg at the plate. Kim delivers. Ground ball fielded at third. Thrown across. Nice play. Well done by Charles Briscoe over there. That was a hard hit ball toward the hole. He went to his left, gloved it, hopped up, and made a perfect throw over to first. And Freiberg is retired for the first out. That'll bring up Jalen Carter, the second baseman. Carter, a lot of speed. Looming on deck is the leadoff hitter, Carter Freiberg. That's ball one outside. There's strike one on the outside corner. Well-located pitch by Kim there, and it's a ball and a strike. I'd like to acknowledge Jeff Hudson of Brookstone. He was instrumental in helping us get this broadcast put together today here to get this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. There's strike two, another good pitch down at the knees for Chan Woo Kim. And, of course, the other team now is protesting. But that was a good pitch. Breaking pitch breaks in on the shoe tops, and it's fouled off by Jalen Carter. And it remain 0-2. I have a great view of the strike zone here, by the way. I'm directly behind the plate umpire. And I can see pretty much both sides of the plate, except when he positions in a certain spot. That one's up and away for ball two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind and the 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled off. That was on the outside part of the plate. Carter, a good job to stay alive there. Got a piece of it. Fouled it over toward the football stadium. And it'll remain 2-2. Kim winds. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Little bit elevated out over the plate there and got it by Carter, and that'll bring up the top of the order and Carter Freiberg. 2 away. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Brookstone leads at 2-1. Central did not have a hit in the first inning to tally their run. Couple of walks, an error, and they were able to push across a run. First pitch to Freiberg. He bunts it, lays down a good one. Kim is going to field, spin, and throw, and he got him. Nice play, and he did get him. It was by a half step. And a nice play by Chan Woo Kim there, fielding his position And 3 batters come up. 3 batters are retired here in the bottom of the second inning. It is 2-1 Brookstone as we go to the top of the third on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready.
And we're back at Darnell Nelson Field. Top of the order back up for the second time in the game. Mercer Hudson led off the game with an infield single. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Logan Clark. Second pitch is hit hard out to shortstop. Fielded, throws a little bit high but gets him. And 1 away here in the top of the third inning. Nice play by Rothrock out at shortstop to get Mercer Hudson, who has really good speed for a catcher, but really good speed overall. Excellent football player, excellent athlete, Mercer Hudson. Been knowing him a few years. And there's 1 away here in the top of the third. Brendan Neal at the plate, and he'll take ball 1. Neal, a strikeout victim, his first at bat, swinging. There's a high fly ball down the right side. It is curling toward foul territory, and it falls. Nobody able to make a play over there. The right fielder came in, the second baseman went out, the first baseman went out, and it got near the fence over there, went out of my view, and they were not able to make the play. So it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike to Brennan Neal. Neal is a fierce competitor. I know that. And that ball somehow misses him as he comes inside. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Had Neal in the classroom and as a player at Calvary in my teaching and coaching days there. That ball is ripped. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. A diving attempt out there by Rothrock. He couldn't come up with it. If he had, he would probably, most likely, would not have been able to throw out Neal anyway. So a sharp single for Brendan Neal. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon, and that'll bring up Maxwell Jones, the center fielder. Jones popped up just behind the second base bag in the first inning, and he's 0 for 1. Good speed at first from Neal. Good lead over there, and Jones takes strike 1 on the outer edge from Logan Clark. Good lead for Neal. And a pickoff throw over there. Gets by the first baseman. Neal gets a little bit of a late start, but he's going to get to second base as that throw bounced over there. On the failed pickoff attempt, so Brookstone again with a runner at second base in the inning. Maxwell Jones a chance to do a little damage here if he can get one through a hole. Speedy Neal will have a good chance to score on any base hit. Any base hit that reaches the outfield, I'll put it that way. And that ball's low and in for ball one. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Neal with a good lead. The stretch in the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. That was a breaking pitch, and it broke well off the plate. Third baseman Sam Brown goes out and has a brief word with Logan Clark. 2 balls and a strike. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Brookstone with a 2-1 lead at the moment. Brennan Neal at second base with 1 out. Maxwell Jones at the plate. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the mitt. And that is strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes to Maxwell Jones. Excuse me, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one stays just off the plate and down. Close pitch right there. Very close pitch, as a matter of fact. And again, the protests. The protests are coming from both dugouts, so you know the umpire obviously is being pretty consistent if the same protests are coming from each dugout. That one's fouled off the hands over into the Brookstone dugout. And it'll be 3-2 all over again. Maxwell Jones did good to make contact on that one. That was in on his hands, and he fought it off to stay alive. The stretch and the 3-2 pitch fouled off straight back over our heads, over toward the grandstand of the football stadium, and we'll do it again. Busy week this week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I think this Brookstone team plays Shaw tomorrow. Bouncing ball, foul. That was close. That was close to being extra bases for Maxwell Jones and an RBI. But it curled just foul. And we'll do the 3-2 pitch one more time. Game's on the agenda Thursday. And that ball stays down. It was down the middle, but it stayed low. It was about shin high. And again, the protests are coming from the dugout, but honestly, just to be blunt honest with you, I think the umpire's doing a pretty good job. He is tight with his zone. He's not giving a lot, but he's doing a pretty good, consistent job. That fastball up in the zone to Luke Lowry, as runners are now at first and second with 1 out. Brookstone trying to get a rally here. And Coach Kehoe will come out, have a word with his pitcher and his infield. One way to know that an umpire might be doing a decent job is when you're getting the same type of protests on the same pitches from both teams. That lets you know that his zone is fairly consistent. And the umpire, quite honestly, is about to have enough from both dugouts. So 1 ball and no strikes. And Luke Lowry will step back in here, trying to get another run across for the Cougars. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch right there. That looked like he may have taken something off. That may have been the changeup there. And it is 1-1. Time called at the plate by Lowry. The 1-1. Strike 2 on the outside corner at the knees. A well-spotted pitch that time from Logan Clark. That area of the plate for both teams has been the area that the umpire's been getting a lot of lip from. Some of those pitches are outside, some of them are low. That one was right on the knees on the outside corner. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good movement on that pitch. And that'll be 2 outs as Lowry fans. And that'll bring Charles Briscoe to the plate. He had a single back in the first inning that drove in a run. The left-handed hitting Briscoe will try to duplicate that feat. It was a 2-out single, by the way. And that's exactly what they need here. First pitch to him on the outside corner for strike 1. When an umpire has a zone like this, the only thing that's left to do is for the pitcher to adjust to that zone. Looks like Logan Clark is picking up on that. That one's off the end of the bat. Dribbler out past the mound, fielded, and he throws him out at first. A good job by Sam Brown there to come and get that one. It had a lot of spin on it as it went off the end cap of the bat, just past the mound. He makes a strong throw to first. And so no damage done here in the top of the third inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third with Central coming to bat, trailing 2-1 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back at Darnell Nelson Field at the plate for Central is Sam Brown, he who has made a couple of good plays here. One of those was for an out, one of those was not. He made a great bare hand play in the first inning but wasn't able to throw Mercer Hudson out. That time he made a good play on a spinning chopper off the end of the bat and made a perfect throw to first to end the threat for Brookstone. The 0-1 stays high from Chan-Woo Kim, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Toygar, I'm starting to get sorry that I left my jacket at home. Breeze is got a little tad, just a tiny tad of a bite to it here as the sun starts to settle, and we're in the shadows now here in the bleachers. We were in the sun to begin with. Over to my left over here, those folks are enjoying the sunlight, and they're staying pretty warm, but over here in the shadows, the temperature's dropped a little bit. The 2-1 pitch. That's driven out toward left center field. That's going to get all the way through the gap into the wall. And Sam Brown motors into second base with a leadoff double for Central. And he ripped that pitch into the left center field gap. Good job of hitting it where it was pitched, went with it, and absolutely hit a rocket out to the wall in left center. And Central in business with a runner in scoring position right off the bat here. That'll bring up Brantley Rothrock, the shortstop. Rothrock, a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. Got the runners in scoring position when Central scored their lone run. And he's bunting again. This time it was more of the variety of a base hit bunt, as he was late and was leaving the box running there, but fouled it off at the plate. First at bat was a no-doubt sacrifice. That one he looked like he might have been bunting for a hit. Yes, he was trying to get the runner over to third, but he was also trying to get a board there. And it's 0-1. Kim looks back at second base and delivers. This time, Rothrock shows bunt early, pulls his bat back and takes ball one. That was down in the zone. It was a breaking pitch, and it was down. And as you may have heard in the background, it drew some protest because people thought it looked good from the left field side, and it probably did. A ball and a strike. Pulls back again as this one bounces up there. It's 2 balls and a strike. And the advice I used to give my pitchers back when I was a baseball coach in my coaching days was, guys, if they're trying to give you an out, let them. Throw them a strike, let them bunt it. They're trying to give you an out here. Take it. Kim now into the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. Bunt shown again, and this time it was up high. And Rothrock couldn't pull the bat back on that one and bunts it foul down the third baseline. So now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if he swings away here, if he'll continue to try to get a bunt down to get the runner over to third. I believe he's going to be swinging away here. Kim looking in. Shadows starting to creep out over the infield here at Darnell Nelson Field. And there's a ball ripped right by the ear of Chan-Woo Kim, and coming around, and he's going to come all the way in to score, is Sam Brown. So a good piece of hitting right there. Took it right back over the mound, right by the left ear of Chan-Woo Kim. Really wasn't that close to him, but it did go to his left side, whistled past him. So 2 hard hit balls to begin this bottom of the third, and now we're tied at 2. There's nobody out and a runner at first here in the third inning for Central. Briggs Cameron at the plate. Pickoff attempt over at first. He's back safely. Rothrock wearing the oven mitt over there. The ever popular oven mitt. Another move over to first, and he's back safely. Those things are a great tool to keep people from damaging their hands, but you see everybody from 280-pound offensive linemen who really can't run very well wearing those things and sticking out of their back pocket. So every hitter in the lineup thinks they have to have one now. It's a fad. It does serve a purpose, but a lot of those people don't even slide head first. First pitch was a strike, and now another pickoff move over to first. Really slow move that time. I really picked his leg up and was really intentional. stepping toward first. And we'll do it again. The 0-1. Runner breaks. It's hit up the middle, and Neal overruns that one a little bit. It was spinning back toward him, and he just took one extra step. He was trying to field it and step on second base at the same time, and that one got past him. And I think that's probably got to be an error there. They haven't put it on the board yet. I'm going to give it an error. So runners at first and second now. Showing bunt is Cooper Kehoe, and he takes strike one. He pulls the bat back, but it was a breaking pitch. Broke over the outside corner. 4 strike one. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 1 run across already for Central, and they are threatening with runners at first and second. Kehoe doesn't show bunt this time. Ball toward the middle. It's going to dribble through there. And rounding third and scoring is going to be Rothrock, and Central takes their first lead of the ball game. So it's an RBI single for Cooper Kehoe, and that'll bring up Cam Norton, the designated hitter. That ball was not hit very hard, but because of the positioning of the infield, the second baseman was over toward the hole and a long way away from the bag, and that one just squeezed through the middle and into center field, and Rothrock scored easily. Bunt here, laid down. It's back to the pitcher. He throws to third, and he does not get him. Runner able to beat that one. And he gets in just ahead of the throw there. And the third baseman for Brookstone, Charles Briscoe, trying to play a little hidden ball there. He kept the ball. And Briggs Cameron would not get off the bag for him. So the bases are loaded. And Jorian Gordon fouls that one away for strike one. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third. 2 runs across for Central. They have taken a 3-2 lead here in this bottom of the third inning and looking to do more damage. Bases are full of Devils. And that ball's driven out to center field. Going back is center fielder Maxwell Jones, and it's off his glove, over his shoulder, and that'll get down, but it's only going to end up being a single, and all the runners can only move up one station. As Jorian Gordon got into that one, drove it deep. Maxwell Jones was tracking it the whole way, and as he reached up over his shoulder behind him, it just went off the end of his glove and into the fence. And fortunately for Brookstone, only 1 run scored there. That could have done a lot more damage. I'm going to score that a hit. It'll be a long single for Jorian Gordon because it was a long run for Maxwell Jones. He'll tell you he probably should have made that catch, but scoring-wise, that's going to go down as a hit. Pitch bounces up there. Good job by Mercer Hudson blocking it up and keeping it out front. And it's 1-0. So now 3 runs across here in the bottom of the third, and Central leads 4-2. Kim, the delivery on 1-0. And that one's fouled off at the plate. I think it hit his foot or leg or something. That is Colin Freiberg that's at the plate. Freiberg grounded out to third base his last at bat back in the second inning. The 1-1 pitch, breaking pitch, stays down. Tried to fish a swing out of him there, and he did not offer it that good-looking breaking pitch. Brennan Neal comes in, has a conversation with Kim. Not sure what that was about. 2 balls and a strike. I think he may have been letting Hudson and Kim know that the runner at second base was trying to signal pitches. The wind and the pitch, fouled straight back off the screen, stays in the field of play. Jalen Carter will run down and grab that one. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Central threatening with the bases loaded. The 2-2 pitch, fouled away, fought off by Freiberg, and it'll remain 2-2. The pitch, breaking pitch, stays high. It'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the bases are full of Red Devils. Nobody out. We are in the bottom of the third inning. 3 runs already across for Central. They're trying to add more. The 3-2 pitch, bouncing ball out to second base. And that hit the runner, and he will be out. And the runner from third will have to go back. Let's see. That ball hit the runner and went straight down. Let's see. What are we doing here? Coach Greg Mathis wants an explanation. Coach A.J. Kehoe is getting an explanation over there at first. The ball definitely hit the runner because it died right there as the runner crossed. And that runner is going to be out, and the runner that scored has to go back. So everybody has to go back a base, and the runner from first to second will be out. That'll go down as a 4 unassisted on the putout. And that'll be the first out, but the bases will remain loaded. It'll go as a fielder's choice for the hitter. Coach Mathis now getting the explanation. So the bases remain loaded as the ball hit the runner as he was getting to second base. Coach Kehoe's back out trying to argue again. And I can tell you, folks, it was kind of strange. The second baseman came up and was attempting to make the fielding play. And in that case, the fielder has the right-of-way over the base runner. But as the ball got there, it just died. It had to have hit the runner and went straight down at the feet of the runner. And I believe it hit the runner because the second baseman didn't really have a chance to get a glove out to try to field it. So the runner's out nonetheless, whichever the case it may be, whether they called obstruction or whether he was out because the ball hit him. The runner is out. The bases are still loaded. There's 1 out. And now Jalen Carter is at the plate, the 8th man to come to the plate this inning for Central. He takes a ball a little bit up on a breaking pitch from Chan-Woo Kim. It's 1-0. The wind starting to pick up, as you can hear in my mic. That ball's bounced foul down the third base side. It'll be 1-1. And boy, am I regretting forgetting my jacket. Hate to keep bringing that up, Toygar. But that was a dumb move on my part. Bounced up there, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. If you're just joining us, Brookstone got 2 in the top of the first. Central answered with a single run in the bottom of the first. We were scoreless in the second. Brookstone was retired in the top of the third, and Central has pushed 3 across here in the bottom of the third, and they lead 4-2 at the moment. But the bases are loaded with 1 out. The 2-1 pitch bounced up there, ball 3. Kim struggling a little bit, in a little trouble again here. The wind and the 3-1 pitch fouled off at the plate. And it'll be 3-2. 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Central trying to put up an even more crooked number than the 3 they already have. Runners will get a good secondary here. Only 1 out. They won't be going on this pitch. But they'll get a good secondary lead in case the ball's put in play and try to get a good break to the plate. The wind in the 3-2. Fly ball out to center field. Maxwell Jones comes on shallow center field. Runner tags. He breaks from third. The throw comes. They're going to get the runner at third fairly easily, but the run did score. The run does count. So a sacrifice fly off the bat of Jalen Carter. And that is the second out of the inning, and that will score the run from third, which was Cooper Kehoe. Or maybe the runner for Cooper Kehoe, I'm not sure. But going to third, that play is going to be 8-3-5 for the third out. And that'll end it. So 8 men come to the plate, 4 of them score, and 2 runners are left on base here at Central. It is 5-3 Red Devils as Brookstone comes to bat in the top of the 4th on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Girls Night Out.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Back at Darnell Nelson Field, it's 1-1 to the leadoff hitter for Brookstone here. That is Will Turner. 2 balls and a strike now as that breaking pitch stays outside. That ball bounced down the third base side. It's going to get foul right down the line and curved just outside the bag. Of course, Sam Brown was all over it down there and getting ready to throw across the first and try to get the runner. But it's 2-2. The pitch bounces up there off the plate outside. and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe, just maybe, both pitchers are settling in a little bit with the umpire's strike zone. He's been tight, but he's been very consistent. That ball's driven and just in the right place as Logan Clark sticks his glove out and snares that one right as it goes by his waistline. So Will Turner hit it pretty hard, but right back up the middle and not able to get it past Logan Clark. So the line out to the pitcher, and there's one away, and that brings up Gray Jones, the designated hitter for Brookstone. That ball is hit hard and gets past Sam Brown down at third, down into the left field corner. And sliding into second base with a double is Gray Jones. That was ripped. Sam Brown was playing off the line a little bit, and that was between him and the bag, and it was past him, whistling and into the corner. So a a one-out double here from Gray Jones, and Brookstone going to try to put a number on the board again here in the 4th inning. Harrison Baker at the plate now, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. He looks at a breaking ball that stays high, 4-1. Baker was a strikeout-looking victim back in the 2nd inning. As Brookstone tries to turn their lineup over here in the 4th. He looks at one down low. It's 2-0. Toygar actually has a jacket. He and I may end up sharing it part of the game. I have blankets in my truck, by the way. I do have blankets in my truck, but I'd have to send somebody to my truck. I'm prepared for my son's games. Since he plays up in the kind of the northish part of Alabama, it's always colder up there, and we've got the blankets in there, and this feels much better. 3-0 now to Baker. And he looks at strike one, taken all the way there. Runner at second base, 1 out. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Brookstone trails 5-2. The stretch. And the 3-1 pitch from Clark. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Good pitch right there. Harrison Baker was hoping that was going to stay outside. It did not. Had a little movement back toward the plate, but it had the plate the whole way. So a 3-2 pitch now. On the way. Hard hit ground ball out to shortstop. Rothrock throws. Good stretch over there at first by Jorian Gordon. And they're 2 away as Gray Jones does move to third on the ground out. And we've got a pinch hitter coming up here for the Cougars. Let me get that name for you real quick. That is going to be Dylan Johnson. He pops that one up to the left side, and it's going to get out of play. The 0-1 pitch breaks off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good discipline by Dylan Johnson there not to swing at that breaking pitch. It looked good until it didn't. 1-1. And that ball is hit out to left field. It is going to be caught. No, it's not. It gets over the glove of a diving left fielder. And a run will score for Brookstone as making a great attempt out there in left field. That ball was sinking fast, and Carter Freiberg made a really good attempt for it, but it somehow got over his glove as he was diving. The sun is right in his face in left field right now. It's one of the few places that is in full sun. Sun may have had a lot to do with that, but it got over his glove and through, and it'll be a single for pinch hitter Dylan Johnson and an RBI. And it's 5-3. And now the top of the order back up for Brookstone in the form of Mercer Hudson, the catcher. As we mentioned earlier, I'd like to show our appreciation to Jeff Hudson, Mercer's dad. He was instrumental in helping us get permissions to be able to broadcast this game for you here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and to make it happen. We appreciate that, Mr. Jeff Hudson. Breaking pitch stays up and in, and it is 1-0. Not sure they have the count right. Pitch to Hudson. On the outside corner, excuse me. The umpire was a little bit delayed making his call. I believe it may be 2-1. He hasn't put the count up. Is it? It is 1-1. That ball is hit hard to center field, and it's going to be right at the center fielder, though. Mercer hit that one about as hard as he could hit it. Didn't get a lot of lift on it, and the center fielder had him played perfectly. And that'll go down as a line out to center for the third out. So Brookstone pushes across another run, and it is now 5-3 Central. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Show me that again. Back at Darnell Nelson Field, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Central leads at 5-3, and the leadoff hitter for this inning is also the leadoff hitter in the lineup, Carter Freiberg, the left fielder. Chanwoo Kim still on the mound for Brookstone. 4 runs in the bottom of the third gave them their lead. And there's a fly ball down the right side. It's going to be in foul territory, but nobody's going to be able to get to that one. It'll fall safely and harmlessly down there. And it's strike one. Folks, make sure you frequent our sponsors here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They are the backbone of what we do here, and they allow us to be able to bring you these games on a day-in, day-out basis. If you'd like to become a sponsor, contact us. We'd be glad to talk to you about it, and we always need more sponsors. They'll allow us to do even more for the kids, the athletes and coaches here in our area. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Freiberg. Kim delivers. Breaking pitch fouled straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kim, the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, a good breaking ball. I think Freiberg noticed the spin on it, knew it was going to be a breaking pitch, and thought it might break over the outside corner, and he took a swipe at it. It remained off the plate just barely, but a great location and a strikeout for Chan-Woo Kim, and there's one away here in the top of the fourth, and that'll bring up Sam Brown. Brown has doubled and walked, been on base both times. He's officially 1 for 1 in the game. That one, breaking pitch, gets away from Kim a little bit. Goes right above the noggin of Sam Brown. And it's 1-0. He asked for a new baseball and is given one. The 1-0 pitch, breaking pitch, stays just inside. It was a good location. And again, I've got a really nice view of the strike zone from where I am, and it was inside. Never had the plate, and it's 2-0. And that ball's hit hard toward the middle. That one took a hop right as Brennan Neal was going to field it, and that'll be a single for Sam Brown, and he's 2 for 2. It was hit hard, and Neal was on it and he had started into a little bit of a dive there trying to catch it, and as it got toward his glove, it hit the last hop that it took, vaulted it over the glove of Neal and into center field for a single. And that'll bring up Brantley Rothrock. He singled his last at bat, scored in that last inning. His single was an RBI single that scored Sam Brown after the leadoff double he had. Snap throw over to first, not in time. 1 out, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Runner at first. And that ball is ripped, and it's caught by Neal. And they're going to say he did not catch it. They say he trapped it, so the force will be at second base. And I don't guess it really matters which one they call out there, but they're going to say that it hit the ground, and they'll get the easy force. So we'll call that officially a fielder's choice. And that's 2 away with the runner still at first base. And it'll bring up Briggs Cameron. Runner goes, throw gets by, but second baseman is there to back it up. Big jump over there from first base by Rothrock. He picked out the motion of Chan-Woo Kim there and got a big break from first. Don't think a perfect throw would have gotten him. Good lead out at second base now. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled away at the plate. In and out of the mitt of Mercer Hudson. And it's 1-1. The stretch. The look at the runner and the 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch bounced over to first base. It is not fielded cleanly, and the throw back to third, and Rothrock is safe over there. He rounded third and was coming hard toward the plate. And second baseman Will Turner grabbed that ball and fired over to third, but Rothrock was able to get back in. So the error will put runners at the corners now. And that's 2 at-bats in a row that Cameron has reached on an error. And that'll bring up Cooper Kehoe with a chance here to drive in a run with some kind of base hit. 2 away, we're in the bottom of the fourth. Move over to first, runner back easily. Chan-Woo Kim still on the mound for Brookstone. He has struggled at times today, and he's been good at times. First pitch to Kehoe. Runner goes. They're going to let him go. So that'll put runners at second and third now. First base open. And a ball and no strikes to Kehoe. The 1-0 pitch on the inside corner at the knees, strike one. Good pitch right there from Kim. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. Bounced up there for ball two. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs. Runners at second and third for Central. They lead at 5-3, trying to add to that if they can get a 2-out hit here. Kim bounced that one up there. 3 balls and a strike now. Doing a little manicuring out there with his feet on the landing site for his front foot. 3-1. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Central leads 5-3. And that one stays off the plate outside. Ball 4. Mercer Hudson tried to help that one as much as he could. But it was off the plate. And the runner down at first base for Kehoe, the courtesy runner for the catcher, will be number 14, Ed Baldwin. So Ed Baldwin will run down at second base for Cooper Kehoe. Strike one taken at the plate by Cam Norton, the designated hitter. Curveball, a good pitch. That one stayed down a little bit. Good looking pitch there. It just dipped below the knees. And it's 1-1. The wind, the 1-1. Down low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Two outs, bottom of the fourth inning. That one's hit out into center field. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to get toward the gap. 2 runs are going to score, and into third base goes Baldwin. So a big 2-out single from Cam Norton. His first hit of the afternoon, and it's a dandy as it plates 2. And Baldwin hustles all the way around to third. So runners at the corners now with 2 outs, and we've got a pitching change. We'll take a break. We'll come back and tell you about the new pitcher, and we'll get things going here, back going here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 7-3 Central. We'll be back to Darnell Nelson Field on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Rolling in to Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Take your pick of a massive selection of brand new GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV featuring safety, technology, and performance, discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the ambassador scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
I'm always
Back at Darnell Nelson Field, Brennan Neal has completed his warm-ups. And let's see, what did they do with the defense behind him here? I believe we've got a new shortstop. And if I was looking correctly, when he came onto the field, that is number 5, Mitchum Kelly. I think he's at short, and I think Will Turner stayed at second. First pitch from Neal to Jorian Gordon is fouled off into the football field, and it's 0-1. I'll verify that and make sure that's what they did with the defense, but I'm pretty sure that's the defensive alignment now. The pitch, runner goes from first, and he's out, and that'll end the inning as the runner tried to get in the rundown but didn't get a chance to because he got chased down pretty quickly there. And that'll go down as a 2-6 caught stealing to end the inning. They were going to try the old rundown play and try to get the runner in from third. It did not work. And that's 3 away. So 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits and an error, and 1 runner left on base for Central. They now lead at 7-3 over Brookstone as we go to the 5th inning on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back at Darnell Nelson Field, pitching change for Central to begin the 5th inning here. Let me get the number and make sure I have it right here. Number 24 for the Red Devils. And that is Hayden Jones on the mound now. So Hayden Jones comes in for Logan Clark here in the top of the 5th. First pitch inside to Brennan Neal. The 1-0 pitch, down low, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch, ripped down the third baseline. That's going to get in the left field corner. Neal rounds first, and he will go into second. And he will slide. He didn't need to. That gets the throw from the outfield gets past, but first baseman Jorian Gordon very smartly in place to back that up, so no further damage. But a leadoff double and a ringing leadoff double from Brennan Neal will bring up Maxwell Jones, the center fielder. One thing about Brookstone, they will not go quietly. And Neal now is 2 for 3 on the afternoon with a single and a double. Maxwell Jones 0 for 1 with a walk and a pop-up. Looking to try to get Neal home here, or at least advance him to third. Takes one right down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Ripped, but this one is gloved over there at third by Sam Brown. So 2 hard hit balls, one of them into the left field corner and one of them gloved by Sam Brown. And there's one away, and that'll bring up Luke Lowry, the right fielder. So new pitcher Hayden Jones has been greeted with a couple of frozen ropes here. But he does have an out to show for it. He's going to throw back to second base. The inside move. (7-3) Central. Brookstone with a runner at second and 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Foul tipped at the plate, and it's going to be no balls and a strike. Luke Lowry at the plate. He reached on an error and scored back in the 1st inning and struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. And he's hit with the pitch. And they're going to ask. They're going to take a look at the forearm here. He was hit by the pitch. There's no doubt it hit skin, folks. You know, some of the Central people are saying it hit the bat. A bat doesn't sound like that. And he was hit pretty solidly. Looked like in the forearm. And A.J. Kehoe going to come out and speak to his pitcher here. Fielders join. That was a quick visit. The infielders have a little chat. And now everybody heads back to their position. And we're back to action. And at the plate is Charles Briscoe. Briscoe is 1 for 2 on the afternoon, a single. And there's a high fly ball out to left field. Going back is the left fielder. He's going to chase it down and make the catch. Brennan Neal's going to tag, and he's going to get to third pretty easily there. Heads up base running by Neal there as the left fielder was going away from the infield. He tagged and got over to third. So he's 90 feet away with 2 outs now. The runner at first base did not follow him, so there'll be runners at the corners with 2 out. And that'll bring up Will Turner. Turner has flied out and lined back to the mound. Lights are on. Sun's starting to go down here at Darnell Nelson Field. That ball is high and away for ball 1. Runners at the corners, 2 outs here in the 5th, and the runner calls time. The hitter calls time. Excuse me. Will Turner. He'll step back in. 1 ball and no strikes. The count to him. The pitch, fly ball fouled. Back over here by the football locker rooms. The field house. It's 1-1. There are 2 outs here in the inning. Runners at the corners for Brookstone trying to claw their way back into this one. They're down 7-3. Turner, the pitch. High fly ball down the right side. I believe that's going to get out of play. It does. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Going to take a 2-strike, 2-out hit here from Turner to keep the inning alive. He's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner takes off early, and he's going to get to second base basically uncontested. Took everybody by surprise there, the early steal. And now runners are at second, third. So a base hit could score 2 here and do a good job of getting Brookstone back into the action. They trail by 4. The 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch, stays outside. Good pitch on that count. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stretch in the 2-2. Inside. Good job by Kehoe of stopping that one from going to the backstop. Not a ton of room here at Darnell Nelson Field, but enough to get a run home, especially with the speed of Brennan Neal, if that ball doesn't come hard off the bricks. 3-2 now with 2 away. The pitch. Strike 3 called. And that's a strikeout looking. That'll end the inning. That was over the black of the outside corner. And that'll do it for Brookstone. No runs on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base in the 5th inning. It's 7-3 Central. We'll be back in a moment here to Darnell Nelson Field on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back to Darnell Nelson Field, and Jorian Gordon at the plate. He attempts a bunt there, goes foul down the third base side. Torgar and I were talking here. Torgar, if you don't know, is from Turkey. And when they first moved to the United States, they settled in Pittsburgh, and he was telling me that his first assignment in school in a history class, they were doing the history of Pittsburgh, was the 1960 World Series when Bill Mazeroski hit the home run for the Pirates to beat the Yankees. And Torgar has no idea what baseball even is, and he gets to write about one of the greatest games in history as far as the history of Pittsburgh. So he had to learn the game of baseball, and now he's a huge Pirates fan, which is great. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jorian Gordon. We're going to get back our focus on the game here, the actual game here at hand, instead of one that happened 64 years ago, 65 years ago, I guess, almost. But that was even before I was born, Torgar, and I'm old. I'm ancient.
I thought you were an actor. I thought you coached it. You coached everything new.
So a ball and 2 strikes as that one was fouled away. Neal delivers. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Jorian Gordon down on strikes. He's now 1 for 3 on the day. And that'll bring up Colin Freiberg, the right fielder. Freiberg is 0 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the third and grounded out back in the second inning. Central leads at 7-3. Brendan Neal on the mound for his second inning of work. Just off the corner outside, a little bit low. Gets his sign and the 1-0 pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt, and it's 1-1. Breaking pitch, strike 2. Taken by Freiberg, so he's down in the count 1-2 here with 1 out. Nobody on base for Central. They lead at 7-3. The pitch. Fastball right down the middle at the knees, on the maybe toward the inner half of the plate. Freezes him there, and the second straight strikeout for Brendan Neal. And there are 2 away for a pinch hitter here for Jalen Carter. This is going to be, let me see, let me get my lineup card here. Carter Gilly at the plate. One ball and 1 strike now after those first 2 pitches to Gilly. That one fouled off the right side. I didn't hear it hit metal there, so it got over the cars. Line of cars parked out there on the edge of that parking lot. And they are definitely in the foul ball zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The wind and the pitch. Bounced down the third base side, foul. And Gilly stays alive, fighting here. Fought that one off. That was a good fastball from Brendan Neal. He fought it off down the third baseline. So a ball and 2 strikes. We'll do it again. The wind and the 1-2. Just down. Mercer Hudson tried to frame that one up a little bit, but it stayed just below the knees. Good location from Brendan Neal, and it's 2-2. The wind and the pitch. Off his fist, fouled at the plate. Another good, well-spotted pitch by Neal there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base here. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Central leads at 7-3. The 2-2 pitch. Roll to the left side, and it is going to be a base hit. I'm going to give Gilly a base hit there. I don't think the good throw gets him. It was just not hit hard. Shortstop was playing deep.
Now batting, number 17.
And Charles Briscoe made the play and tried to skip the throw to the third baseman. or excuse me, to the first baseman, and he wasn't able to pick it, but I believe the runner was past the bag anyway. So a single, infield single for Gilly, and that'll bring the top of the order back to the plate and Carter Freiberg. First pitch to him on the outside corner, and a good one for strike one. Neal gets a lot of torque behind the ball. Breaking pitch, a good one. Strike two, swing and a miss up there from Freiberg. And he's in a 0-2 hole here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Neal eyes the runner at first, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and they throw down to first and would have had him, but that was the 3rd out. So Neal strikes out the side, sandwiched around an infield single with 2 outs there, and that'll end it for Central in the 5th inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll be back to Darnell Nelson Field for the top of the 6th inning. It's 7-3 Central on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
The Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the do.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Leading off for Brookstone here in the top of the 6th inning is the designated hitter, Gray Jones. And we have another new pitcher in for Central. See if we can grab this number off the roster here real quick. That is Gavin Oswalt. He's sort of a side armor there with a different arm angle. And it's 2-0 to Briscoe. And there is a high fly ball, deep center field, off the wall. And trotting into second base will be Gray Jones with a leadoff double. That ball was crushed. Straight away center field and off the wall. And that'll bring up Harrison Baker. Nobody out. We're bottom of the 6th inning. Ball 1 to Baker. In there for a strike from the sidewinder. And they look back at second with a little inside move. Nothing doing out there. Oswalt steps back on. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch. High fly ball fouled back. Back here behind Toygar and I. And it bounces off the roof of the field house a couple of times. You might have heard the metal sound in the background. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch off the outside corner. No, it's on the outside corner for strike 3. The umpire, I can't hear him in my headset here, so I didn't hear the verbalization of that call. But a strikeout looking for the first out to Harrison Baker, and that'll bring up Luke Vale. No, I'm sorry, Dylan Johnson, who's in the game now. Johnson entered in the 4th and got a single and remains in the contest. That ball's bounced over to third. Sam Brown, strong throw across, gets him, runner stays put. And there are 2 away here in the 6th inning, and that'll be back to the top of the order in Mercer Hudson. Hudson is 1 for 3. An infield single in his first at bat back in the top of the 1st inning. He grounded to short and hit a laser out to center field his last at bat, but it was caught. That was in the 4th. We're in the top of the 6th. Brookstone trails 7-3. Gavin Oswalt on the mound. Mercer Hudson at the plate. The pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Oswalt has the build of a side armor, kind of tall and thin. The 0-1 pitch up in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oswalt into the stretch. The 1-1 pitch, timeout called by Mercer Hudson at the plate. Oswalt took his time there getting the sign, finally had it, and Mercer Hudson said, I'm not standing here anymore. Now the stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. A little bit of a sweeping action on that pitch from Oswalt, and he's ahead now in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mercer Hudson, a top quality hitter at the plate. And he will do what he needs to do to fight anything off and stay alive here. And that one is fouled into the screen. Good job of staying back on that pitch, letting it travel a little bit, got a piece of it. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner down at second base. That is Gray Jones, who led off the inning with his 2nd double of the day. He's 2 for 3. The 1-2 off the corner outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good location with that pitch. Hudson, though, too good of an eye to offer at that outside pitch, and it's 2-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him swinging, and that'll end the inning. So, a leadoff double by Brookstone goes into the books, but nothing doing for the Cougars here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Central 7, Brookstone 3 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back at Darnell Nelson Field, Sam Brown will lead off for Central here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead at 7-3 over the Cougars of Brookstone. Brennan Neal on the mound. Sam Brown on the day, 2 for 2. A single, a double, a run scored, and a walk. And he takes ball 1. Some fine play at third base today for Sam Brown as well. The pitch, low and in for ball 2. Sun has really gone down now, and it's gotten quite chilly here at Darnell Nelson. And my friend Toygar graciously allowed me to wear his jacket. At least he is wearing a long sleeve shirt. I was in my.
We were agreeing on each inning.
Yes, we did, and I've hogged it. I'm gonna admit that I've hogged it.
I'll take this after 7 innings. I'll take 8, 9.
That ball is ripped. Another hit for Sam Brown as he strokes that one into right field for a single here in the 6th inning. So he is now 3 for 3 on the afternoon, a pair of singles and a double, and has been on base all 4 plate appearances today, and that'll bring up Brantley Rothrock, the shortstop. Rothrock on the day has a sacrifice and a single and has scored 2 runs, reached on a fielder's choice his other at bat. That ball was up and got away from Mercer Hudson, and down to second base goes Sam Brown. That'll go down as a wild pitch. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rothrock lays down another bunt, fielded by Neal. Thrown wildly over to first. It was into the runner a little bit and gets down the right field side, and Sam Brown will come around to score on the error.
Now batting, number 6, Briggs, Cameron. What's up? Fresh is our turn, baby.
And Rothrock will get down to second base on the play. That was Will Turner covering at first on the bunt, and the throw didn't look to be that wide, but it got away from him nonetheless. Little pop out to shortstop. It's going to hit the ground with a lot of spin and jump away. And you've almost got to score that a hit. That would be a hard error to give somebody on that play, because when it hit the ground, it kicked directly to the left. And that's Mitchum Kelly out there at shortstop, and that kicked directly away from him to his, to his right side, and that allowed the runner to score. Now Rothrock had to stay put, so I'm gonna give that a single. I'm not sure the folks in the press box did, but it's going to be runners at first and second here. A run in, it's 8-3, and there's nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch low and away for ball 1. Neal asks for and gets a new baseball. The pitch. Line drive out to right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And the runner will hold at third base. And the bases will be loaded.
Now batting, number 12, Cameron Norton.
So a pair of hits, actually 3 hits, 3 singles here in the 6th inning, and an error on a sacrifice bunt. Have the bases loaded. Central with 1 run in already. And coming to the plate is Cam Norton, the designated hitter. Norton on the afternoon has walked, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. He's been on base all 3 times. He has a couple of RBIs. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2 on the outside corner. Good pitch from Neal there. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run across for Central. Did he go? They're going to say no. The other umpire not in position to make a good call on that. I don't think he went. He was a check swing, but I don't think he got the bat far enough across the zone to qualify. So it'll be a ball and 2 strikes. 9 hits in the game for Central. Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch right there, broke away from him. I believe that was a sinker fastball there. Good movement on that pitch and a swing and a miss. And that is 1 away. And here comes Greg Mathis, and he'll make a pitching change here in the 6th inning. Got some games coming up where he's going to need Brendan Neal. And let's see who's going to come in to pitch here. Mercer Hudson's going over toward the dugout. Maybe Mercer Hudson coming to the mound. We'll see in just a moment. Toygar, let's take a break here. We'll come back to Darnell Nelson in the field in a moment and tell you about the new pitcher on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados. Discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options. Discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Girls Night Out.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I can say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC has got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Take your pick of a massive selection of brand new GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV featuring safety, technology, and performance, discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story.
Back at Darnell Nelson Field, let's tell you about the changes here. Mercer Hudson took the gear off, and he's now on the mound. And he may finish it out here. And the designated hitter, Gray Jones, is now the catcher behind the plate. Brennan Neal went back to shortstop. Mitchum Kelly left the game. So we're back with the starting infield, and then Mercer Hudson on the mound. First pitch, fastball down and away for ball one. 8-3, Central leads. Bases are loaded, one out. We are in the bottom of the sixth inning. Brief conversation between Jones and Hudson. And the 1-0 pitch. Strike one on the outer half. Jorian Gordon at the plate. Trying to push across a couple of more runs here for Central in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss. That one dipped out of the zone, and Gordon had already committed. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. One out, bases loaded. The stretch by Hudson. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a good breaking ball there. And there are 2 away. And that'll bring up right fielder Colin Freiberg. He's 0 for 3 on the day. He grounded out back in the second, reached on a fielder's choice in the third, and struck out looking in the fifth. Mercer Hudson looking to get out of this jam in the bottom of the sixth. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Hudson bringing it up there pretty good. The pitch on the outside corner, strike two, right at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes now, 2 outs, bottom of the sixth inning. Colin Freiberg at the plate, 0-2 count. Mercer Hudson into the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him swinging. So Brendan Neal started things with a strikeout. Then he came out of the game, and Mercer Hudson strikes out both batters he faces here in the bottom of the sixth. And that ends the threat. 1 run on 3 hits, an error, and 3 runners left on base for Central in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's 8-3 Red Devils. We go to the top of the seventh, and we'll be back here to Darnell Nelson Field in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
With my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the ambassador scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
8-3, we're at the top of the seventh inning. The Red Devils are 3 outs away from victory here over Brookstone, but again, I said this earlier in the game, Brookstone will not go quietly. And Brennan Neal will lead off for the Cougars. Oswalt delivers way outside for ball one. The pitch on the outside corner, strike one at the knees from Oswalt. Brookstone 7-1. Bounding ball. And Rothrock has that one hop up on him as he's fielding it and can't come up with it cleanly, and Brennan Neal crosses first base. And just about have to score that an error. It wasn't hit extremely hard, and yes, it did take a little hop there, but Neal is aboard. And according to the scoreboard, and I'm not going to count it up on my score sheet, but there have been 9 errors between the two teams in this game. 5 by Brookstone, 4 by Central. And now Maxwell Jones at the plate. Central, if they hold on here, will move to 14-5 on the season. Brookstone will drop to 7-2. Strike on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike to Maxwell Jones. Brennan Neal at first, nobody out. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Neal gets his lead over at first. Oswalt on the mound. He'll take a look at Neal. Into the stretch. And the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Nope, I'm sorry. That was a ball. I think it was a little low. And the catcher is nodding and telling the dugout that, yes, that was down. It looked good from back here. Now that one looked even better, and it is a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Maxwell Jones. Neal gets his lead. Oswalt steps off now. And we'll start the process again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner at first base. Maxwell Jones takes strike 3. Brennan Neal is going to go, and he's going to steal second base. But on the pitch, Maxwell Jones took a strike looking. And that's the first out of the inning, but Neal down in scoring position at second base, and that'll bring up Luke Lowry. Maxwell Jones, what looks like ends the game at 0 for 3 with a walk today. Luke Lowry comes up. He reached on an error and scored in the first inning. He has been hit by a pitch. He's officially 0 for 2 with a run scored. He fouls that one off over into the screen on the left side. Eight-3 Central. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Oswalt gets his sign. Looks back at Neal at second base. Comes to the plate. Fly ball foul off the right side. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Luke Lowry. Charles Briscoe waits on deck. The 0-2 pitch from Oswalt. Off the plate, way outside. Right where the catcher wanted it, though. And he lets him know. Good job. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the 7th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 straight strikeouts after the leadoff error. And Neal down at second base after a stolen base. And that'll bring up Charles Briscoe with the last hope for the Cougars here to keep this inning alive. 2 outs, top of 7. The Cougars are down 5 runs. First pitch, Bouncing ball over to first, fielded by Jorian Gordon. He's going to step on the bag, and that'll do it. So, in the 7th inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base for Brookstone. Your final score here at Darnell Nelson Field. The Central Red Devils 8, the Brookstone Cougars 3. Again, Brookstone moves to 7-2 on the season. Central will move to 14-5 overall. Well-played game here this afternoon, and we look forward to bringing you more this week. Tune in tomorrow. I believe the same Brookstone team will be at Shaw tomorrow. That game will be, I believe, at 5 p.m. I don't know who will be on the call. It could be me if I can get there. But at any rate, we'll have that one, and I think that may be the only game on a Wednesday tomorrow here in the area. Thursday is going to be a busy day. Friday will be a busy day, and the weekend will be busy. And I'd like to remind you and congratulate Columbus State University men's basketball. They are the #1 seed in the South Atlantic region, and they will host the NCAA regional beginning Saturday at noon at the Lumpkin Center, a full day of basketball with games at noon, 2:30, 5, and 7:30, I believe, is how the schedule goes. But 4 basketball games on Saturday at the Lumpkin Center, and then 2 games on Sunday, and then the championship game for that regional to decide who goes to the Division II Elite 8 will be on Tuesday evening at the Lumpkin Center. Also, the congratulations the Columbus State women as they're on the road up at North Georgia in the South Atlantic Regional as well. So both teams in postseason for CSU. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Thanks to, on behalf of Toygar, our producer, and on behalf of Thrift Behringer and everybody at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, this is Mike Peacock. We thank you for joining us. Make sure you frequent our sponsors and tell them thank you for what they do for all the athletes here in the Chattahoochee Valley area in Georgia and Alabama. Good night, everybody. Have a great night.